Hello everybody, this is your test review and test announcement for your first test in SOC 235 Social Problems Online. A couple of procedural points. Your test will be posted at the end of today at 12:05 a.m. Wednesday morning and will be available through the end of Thursday. That's 12:05 a.m. Friday morning. So you have Wednesday and Thursday all day to take the test. Please do not misunderstand, think that the test you could take it all day Friday. That's not the case. You must take it either tomorrow or Thursday, okay? That said, you have 1 hour to take the test. You may take the test anywhere you wish as long as you are seated in one place and you cannot go back and save the test, as it might indicate. You have to take the test all at once. So please pick a location in a quiet place, either on campus or somewhere at home where you can take the test. Okay. As you take the test, please remember to access Blackboard using Mozilla Firefox if you are using a PC. Do not use Microsoft Explorer. There are glitches. And while people like to risk it and use Chrome, there are no guarantees there either. Those are the three three servers that ways to access the internet that we have. So please use Mozilla Firefox. Okay. There are 40 questions worth 2.5 points each for 100 points. It should be pretty straightforward. It should not take you very long at all. Select the best answer when you're finished with the test, and only when you're finished and you're satisfied with your answers. Click Save and Submit. Otherwise, even if you've saved your answer, you may go back and change your answer if you wish. As you click Save and Submit, it will do kind of a double check and ask you, are you sure you want to submit, if you've missed any questions. But you cannot, once you have submitted the test, go back and resubmit it. You can't do that. You can only submit it once. Okay. Then after you've saved and submitted it, if you scroll down, you can click OK at the bottom of the page, and it will give you your test score with the correct answers and the incorrect answers, and the incorrect answers will point you towards what you missed. In other words, I have a description of the correct answer. Okay, so that's the mechanics of the test. Again, please have the test taken by about midnight Thursday. Now, what does this mean? This means that Thursday night, do not start the test any later as you're planning your time than about 10:30. It will kick you off of the system, and you will not have a complete test score if you take the test and it cuts you off. The test cuts off in the middle, because that's exactly what it'll do. So please make sure that doesn't happen and start the test in a timely manner. Okay, so basically I'm going to go now. The test is on chapters 1 through 5. There are a few questions you want to ask. First, they discuss the 2 directions for social problems outlined in the text. So you're going to want to reread your text and identify those. That said, there are subjective and objective approaches to the analysis of social problems. Please review the characteristics of each of those. The authors have a particular perspective that they identify, and so you'll need to, as you're reading through chapter 1, identify those. There's some discussion of some of the problems associated with defining social problems. Please review that section. And look at the definition of system blame versus person blame. Okay, system blame is where we put the blame on social problems for what's called institutional deviance, whereas person blame is an explanation of social problems which says that the problem is inherent in individuals' actions that are pathological. Okay, so be aware of those. Know the definition of institutionalized deviance. There are some kind of methodological questions. Know what an independent and a dependent variable is. What a longitudinal study is. And so those are some of the characteristics of social problems that you're going to need to know for Chapter 1. As we move down to Chapter 2, we're looking at the economy. Know terms like interlocking directorates, transnational corporations, what oligopoly and oligarchy mean, what a plutocracy is. Okay, so those are terms you're going to need to know. Know something about the nature and characteristics of the inequality gap in the United States. And some of the approaches, particularly the trickle-down approach, is the one that seems to dominate most of the policy in the United States currently. Okay, Chapter 3, we discuss global inequality, and you're going to have to know something of the what's called the modern demographic transition and its characteristics. Something of what a life chances are and how they vary between developed and developing countries. Okay, and where most of the world's poor are concentrated. As we move to Chapter 4, please look at the ideas of environmental justice, environmental racism, and environmental classism, and know the definitions of those. Know the types of pollution that we're talking about. Okay, you can review that in Chapter 4. Something of the biosphere and ecosystem. Know the definitions of those terms. And what are we talking about when we're talking about in this chapter and the chapters surrounding it really discuss the concept of the study of populations, which is a specific topic, and that is demography. Okay? So the study of human population is termed demography. Okay? Know something of the nature of the browning and graying of society. That's our last chapter, where we look at not only characteristics of the elderly, of the aging population of the United States, phenomenon such as the sandwich family structure and the beanpole structure of families. Okay, some of the social problems that are caused specifically in the United States, and we did talk a little bit about Japan in our assignment about the graying of America. What does that mean? So review those characteristics and be able to identify a few of them. Know what ageism means. The characteristics of, or the factors that increase the likelihood of an elderly parent living with an adult child. Some of the characteristics, some of the problems with the Medicare system. And then in terms of the browning of America, we want to look at the fact that America will be, not whites will be a minority by a certain point in time, and there's some of the processes whereby immigrant groups take on characteristics of the population. Okay, so if you do this brief review, you're going to have no problem at all taking the test. Please, though, please complete the test in a timely manner. Please do it on time. If not, you'll get a grade. I have to give you a grade for midterms, and everybody wants a midterm grade. So please do not wait and hold up me entering everybody else's midterms grades, because they're due. So I don't think you're going to have any problem completing this in this window. Okay, thank you very much.